Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 1/4/2025. This new 2025 thing, I like it. Good, strong start. Been a while since I had a good start. I was a pretty good front runner in a couple different places in my life. Don't look down. Don't hit it out of bounds. I read a book when I was young in golf because I was a little bit of a head case on the golf course. And there was a psychology book, and one of the big things in it was your brain doesn't understand the word don't. So when you say don't hit it out of bounds, what your brain hears is hit it out of bounds. Bagger Vance is a movie. It's funny, I kind of resonated with it when it happened. It's a golf movie. And I read the book, I think, before I watched the movie because a friend told me to, and it ruined the movie for me. Hook it out of bounds, just embrace it. Like, there's a scene in there where Bagger Vance is a caddy. He is helping, he's like a spiritual person actually, for the guy, the main character in the story, who's played by Matt Damon. And he's struggling on the golf course because he hadn't played golf in a while, and he's playing against the best of the best. And one time, he probably could have played with the best of the best, but he just was not, he hadn't practiced or played enough, so he wasn't really in the game. And there's so much pressure he's putting on himself to try to be who he once was. And anyways, there's a scene where he's already basically out of it, and he's worried about hitting it out of bounds on this very difficult driving hole. And he's standing over it trying to figure out how to do it, and Bagger Vance, the caddy, comes up to him and is like, just hook it to hell and beyond. Let's just be done with this. And he's like, why would you tell me to do that? And then he did it. And then he came back and was like, all right, now that we've done that, why don't you just try to just move along and let yourself go. When you release, when you let go, that's when you find the way. The field is what they call it in that book that became a movie that Will Smith played. And then eventually he ended up getting up and smacking someone on stage. Very strange. I have been struggling with what the heck is transposing. It literally said I've been struggling with transposing. I have dyslexia, and the one thing I do not like about the job that I have right now is there's a lot of transposing that is really unnecessary, but it's just part of where I'm at. I need to slow down just a little bit. Honest mistakes seem to come out every once in a while whenever you're doing things and trying to, but they do accumulate. So if you keep making honest mistakes, then you need to lay the salt down so that it doesn't get too slippery. Set some checks and balances, basically. You want to create a well-oiled machine, basically twice. I don't like throwing in the same word. When I'm writing in a paragraph, if there's the same descriptive in there more than once, unless I'm trying to make some kind of impactful, I can't handle that. So, and I just did it. I'm not going to start the video over though. There was a stretch when I was doing these videos where I really struggled with it, because if I tripped over my words, I didn't allow myself to, I wanted it to be right. So I would keep doing it over and over again. And that defeated the purpose of me doing these videos in the first place, which was really just to let this all out and get a sip of coffee. 4 minutes. This is why these videos take way more than 10 minutes. I need a manager. Do not allow your success to become failure. So whenever you do good things, especially in sales, I do have some sniffles developing. It is really cold out. It's winter time, and I'm going to do my best with it. So you do not want to allow your success, whenever you do well things, especially in sales, to become failures. And then you don't, if you do have mistakes or failures, turning those into success. that's really the way of customer service and business. Sometimes you make mistakes and you turn that into a customer for life because you fix a mistake. And then sometimes when you're not paying attention because you have success going and a lot of different things going, which brings more responsibility. That's just how it works. Mother, should I run for president? Sometimes I sing that song out in public, and I don't think people know that song that well, Mother from Pink Floyd, but it's in my head all the time, it seems like. And but people don't know it, so they're like, what are you talking about? I get that a lot in my life. But even in my cockiest pose that I'm at, when I'm like, Davy Clark is just like, I'm the shit. I never wanted to be president. I don't even like the idea of president. I think it's stupid. I don't like the idea. I don't mind Congress. Like, I resonated with that. I did like debate a lot as a kid, but it was really just self-indulgent. You're just trying to make yourself feel like you're smart. But Congress, I mean, don't get me wrong. One of the things I really starve for is finding people that are like-minded with me that I can bounce a lot of this stuff off with. And that's why I do these videos, really, is just because it gives me a reflection. And sometimes that helps me see. And you can do that with other people, but it's only if you can literally get into beneficial conversations, which I don't want to go off in the weeds. This is gonna be like a 40-minute video, but like, I think at one time the way that we communicated was just on a much more, and socially, like, you were shamed if you disrespected your words or your honor. And I just think it was much more powerful. And that's natural. It's not created. It can be manipulated, but there is still a natural play. That's what's being used. But anyways, in these congressional things where you have this kind of thing, most of the time you get these bloviating people that are really self-indulgent, and they're articulate, but it's shallow, and they're parrots. Paul, you want a cracker? Paul. The story of Paul. I'm sorry. I just think that the road to Damascus, I'm dumbass, because sums it up. I saw it. It was a dream, or it wasn't. And I went the opposite way. I was going. Like, he completely shifted his entire paradigm from the vision, which ends up being the way. So I think most of what Paul said to do is resonating. Have you heard of Mockingjay? Yeah, bird, yeah, mockingbird. Whenever he gets into that song, Jim Carrey is hilarious. I don't know how you even film him whenever he's, you got it. Yeah. Oh man, I was going to do the whole song, but there's no way you can follow that. Then you get the Hunger Games with Mockingjay. Seriously, if you don't know what Mockingjay is, I would encourage you to look into it, because it really was COVID-19 all together in full effect, was the power of Mockingjay. I'm not sure if it would work again, honestly. That's what I'm wondering. Did something happen on all that? I was very surprised. I don't want to get too deep into but when they released back, once there was a change of election, and basically we did get back to normalcy to some regards, I was surprised. I didn't know that would ever happen. There was stretches during the 1.5 years of Flatten the Curve that I didn't know. I wasn't sure. And I'm still not. It seems like it could totally, it's a dial now. Like, it seems like there's a dial. But I don't know if it would work again. It seems like it wouldn't have. Maybe we have awakened enough of the poets, prose, and the graffiti, and the tattoo, and the rap, and the rock, and the pop, the breakdancing, and the dirty dancing. I carried a watermelon. Was that a Rocky version of Baby saying I carried a watermelon? What a weird scene. I don't know. For some reason, that I carried a watermelon sticks out to me because one of the really popular girls from school one time walked up near me at a party in college, and it was funny because she used that line, and I thought it was funny. I'd never seen anybody use it before, and then it became part of my thing, but I can't do it because I'm like, boy. Nobody puts Baby in the corner. Maybe a little too old. Maybe Patrick Swayze was a little too old for Baby, I think, in that movie, in the scenarios. It seems like a little inappropriate, maybe. I said a lot of maybes with Baby. And probably Baby needed a little more supervision, maybe. I don't know. Then again, her dad was an abortion doctor, and she was good. She was going to be fine. I don't like those kind of jokes, honestly, but I felt like I'd expand a little bit here today. Should I end this there? Mother, do you think they'll try to break my balls? I've said that before, and I got a weird look, and I was like, I shouldn't have sang that in public because they don't know what I'm talking about. And maybe they want to bust my balls. I definitely feel different since the 2025 thing. Mo is gaining. Like, I like Mo. Mo's cool. Mo is surfing, and to me, is like when you get the opportunity to get some good waves and you've been waiting around and you haven't gotten to do it for a long time, so you want to make sure when you do it, you really enjoy it. I've always been a big fan of momentum. Using the force. Using the way. Helping do what was already going to be done regardless. Like, this was already going to happen. You're just a part of it and contribute to it. Helping loosen that lid your daughter is trying to open. Like, they hand it to you and you don't get it open, and then hand it back to them, and then they open it, and the smile they get because they did it, even if you fake it a little bit, is fun. But be careful with that kind of thing. But why take that away? Mother, should I trust the government? Do I need to even ask that? I do not, will not. I do not trust in, this is going to be a tricky one for you guys. I do not trust in God. I trust in the way of God to be as God does. And so Socrates' sacrifice. Sacrifice. Fire. Sacrifice. Sacred. Red. Fire. Ra. Sun. Sack. Womb. Oh boy. I have some rabbit holes. Little shepherd. A girl can be a boy, and a boy can be a girl. But why? What is the way? The way is great, and is always and will always be. So just do great and be great. It's pretty much all you need to do in this world. And everything else will kind of fall into place, I think. That's what I'm grounded into. Enjoy. That's what we're here to do, and try to embrace and do the best you can. Have an awesome day.